Hello everybody once again, and welcome to another edition of the Tefillah Awareness Shuir. This is now Shuir number 14 that we're doing. And this is a wonderful, amazing Shuir of being aware about the hilchos of davening, and just to be aware also as well of the importance of Tefillah, like I mentioned, Tefillah b'tzibur, and coming to minyan on time and not running out. So, for those who are new, my name is Yehuda Schwartz, and Baruch Hashem, it's been now it's our 7th week of doing this Shuir, and I should help him we should be able to continue this journey and create the awareness of helping everybody get to the right path and being able to restore the ability to daven like Daman mentioned shul, and not just coming to shul late and running out. Hopefully, Bezos Hashem will hopefully expand to other platforms down the road. Alright, let's continue. Let's start today, as we do every Wednesday or so, when this show is recorded. We do Achos Yosher and a story from Rabbi Pesach Kron. Okay, here we go. So the first topic that today Rabbi Chaim mentions is having a permanent place of Kimkvu and Shul. V'chein din kiviyas mokam bebesik neses shechazal hifligu bezem oid. Chachamim strongly encourage the practice of having a permanent seat in shul and promise the following words for the one who does. Pay kama brachas, and said it in the first paragraph in Zechas brachas. Kol kivei mokam mitfalosai oivav noivim tachtov. Now it says here, his enemies will. Now it says in the following brachas here that those who has a kaveh mokim in the place that enemies will fall before him. Okay, Avram be'ezroi, and the guy Avram will aid him. And is considered a devout and a humble man. From the Talmidim of Avram Avinu, which is again Mesechus Brachos, Daf Vav and Beis, Daf Zayim and Beis. Kosa Poskim, the Tzorch Sheloi Vezekneses Mokam Kivur Tomid. The authorities write that he must have a permanent place in shul where he davens. Shloyech Hafelam B'Shem Ponam Rak Machos Oines Va'oz Tefillah Mukabelas. And they say you should never daven in a different spot for any reason within the same shul, unless it's an oinus beyond control, and then his prayer will be accepted. So, for example, if you have a certain spot in the right corner of the shul, don't come the next day and daven in a different seat. Just make sure to stay in that seat at all times, and not just go jump somewhere else because for convenience purposes. The Chilila, the Zalza, Bedover, Shenisik, Meshach and Chaz V'Shem, heaven forbid, is for one who deals lightly with something expressed that says clearly in the Shechar Chayim, Simen, Tzadik, Tzif, Yutes. Shechiv, also Lashanoisai. It's forbidden to change one's sleeve without a specific reason. Im lo yitzech miyuchet. There's no any reason for this. The main thing is to stand and show with proper decorum and yish, and also yeshamayim, without frivolity, no kalas rosh at all whatsoever. Kamoshanayim says a pasuk in Tehillim, B'shah she'adam ayim b'tefillah, yesamech she'oived lelakim. I'm sorry, it's actually Yaakov in Tehillim. Sorry, I'll say it again. B'shah she'adam ayim b'tefillah, yesamech she'oived lelakim she'en kimasa ba'olam. As the Medrash says in Yaakov Shemoyne in Tehillim, when a person is standing in prayer, you should rejoice that he has the opportunity to serve Hashem. To me, there's nothing similar in the world. When one must not act lightheaded before him, but serve him with reverence, meaning with fear of Hashem. And look, authorities cite in Kol Boy, and Mishabura 124-27 says is, Oy lehem lemedabren deva metelem oy schayk b'kit b'shas tefillah. Woe to those who have idle discussion, who make too much jokes during davening, or make fun of people as well. I'll say like someone called me a boogeyman because I was trying to get him quiet in shul. Meanwhile, this certain person is supposedly a big Tefillah, and he davens to the Omer. They send him for some reason, but as it's mentioned in a different simon, and also in the Shulchan that who is able to daven for the Omer, someone who is a Hagan. Hagan means someone who is able to, who is roi, who is able to be a mensch. People like him, and also he behaves well in shul, not just the way he wants. Let's continue. For many shuls that have been destroyed due to such lightheadedness. And the Rabbi who mentions a terrifying punishment that is caused by such behavior. And it says in brackets, this here, and the punishment is even more severe if one transgresses an extremely serious prohibition of acting frivolously while wearing tefillin. It's a massive isser. So that was the reason they would battle the mitzvah the rest of wearing tefillin the entire day. Why? So people should not be over on this isser. The next topic he talks of Chaim Kanievsky is praying pleasantly in a loud voice. It's a primary importance to daven in a pleasant, loud voice. It says in Shir Zuta number 2, Hashmeini es koilech. It says here, listen to my voice and let me hear your supplicating voice. When you pray loudly, for your voice is sweet with your davening. And the poskim mentions also as well the and speaking at length about this abundant word for this practice. Now we'll do I think at this point we'll leave the next part of it for next week. Next week we'll discuss about davening v'sikin, which many people do actually, but many of us, it is too hard, especially come summertime. In the winter it's actually very easy to daven v'sikin for those who rise early, but for those who can't rise early, v'sikin should at least daven early in the morning and not just daven late in the morning. We'll discuss it at length next week with Hashem. We'll end with a story from a Pesach Kron, and now we're going to delve into the parts of davening. So the first story he mentions is Moida Ani, which is a wake-up call. Remember this book, the Magid on Tefillah. Please get it at artscroll.com or in your local stores. Wake-up call is a story. Moida Ani lefanecho. The first thing we say every single morning is say Moida Ani every day. Now, during a neurological conference in the United States, neurologists from around the world convened to discuss a strange phenomenon. People who faint as soon as they get out of bed in the morning. And featured speaker was Professor Linda McMahon of Great Britain, who delivered a lengthy presentation on this topic, which she had studied in depth. After years of observation and research, she came to the conclusion that the fainting phenomenon was a result of an overly quick transition between a prone, lying down, and standing positions. Interesting. Professor McMahon explained that the body needs 12 seconds for blood to flow from the feet to the brain. However, when a person stands too quickly, that is less than 12 seconds, the blood is projected too fast from the feet, causing a loss of consciousness. She recommended that upon waking up in the morning, everyone, even someone who does not experience any issues, should sit up in bed and slowly count to 12 in order to prevent any feeling of weaknesses, dizziness, or fainting. Then another professor, a religious Jew, asked to speak. He said, "We Orthodox Jews hold by an old tradition to recite a prayer every morning in tribute to the Creator, thanking Him for granting us the privilege of waking up whole and healthy. We recite this prayer as soon as we wake up, before getting out of bed. The prayer consists of 12 words, and if we recite it slowly with concentration on its meaning, it takes exactly 12 seconds to recite it. 12 words in 12 seconds. He then slowly recited the prayer in Hebrew. Moida ani lefanecho, melach chai v'kayom, shechazarto bi nishmasi, b'chemlo rabo emunasecho. I gratefully thank you, O living and eternal King, for you have returned my soul within me with compassion. Abundant is your faithfulness. And the audience stood up and applauded. Indeed, the Chofetz Chaim in his Mishnah Berurah seems to concur with his finding. The first simon in Shulchan Aruch Chaim, Simon Aleph, Sif Aleph says, Yokam bezuzes lavodas boroi. One should rise in the morning enthusiastically to serve his Creator. To which the Mishnah Berurah, note 8, writes, Lav Davka. This is not necessarily so. Elisha ma'at v'lo yamoy pesam kizem makiv l'guf. But rather wait a bit without getting up suddenly, for this can be harmful to the body. And we find this actually so remarkable, by the way, that when we say these 12 words, Moda'ani, wake up, take it easy, do it slowly, believe that I'm going to actually take it upon myself to do. I should do this as well. I do wake up in the morning saying Moda'ani as well, of course, but I'll do it more slowly, more easier, maybe it'll be better for me, looks like, and hopefully it'll be better for you as well. Hashem should help us there in this chus from being in the Shuir of knowing what we're saying in davening, knowing what we're doing in davening, coming to shul on time, saying every word, not running out. We should be benched with a wonderful, wonderful parnasa, hatzlacha, gesund. Have a wonderful day.